Welcome to the reading of Guide's Greatest Hero Stories. This is Chapter 12, A Sled for Catherine, by Nina Walter, February 23rd, 1977. Catherine didn't have a sled. She always had to wait for an invitation to ride with someone else down Slocum Hill. She often rode with her best friend, Emily, and sometimes Emily even let her steer. The other children offered her rides too, all except Clem, the new boy. Clem just taunted her about not having a sled. Clem had the best sled on the hill, a green racer, but he never offered a ride to anyone. Waiting for Emily, Catherine gave the powdery snow a kick and almost lost her boot. It was a good stout boot, but a size too large. Her boots, the coat with the sheepskin collar, and the cap with the sheepskin lining had belonged to her big brother Joey. At first, Catherine had felt uncomfortable wearing a boy's coat and boots and cap to the hill. But nobody had noticed or laughed. They seemed to know that you had to get along without new clothes and a sled when your father had a broken leg and could not drive his truck. Then Clem had come to the hill with his fine new sled and had started making fun of her. He was the first to see her today. "There's that girl who wears boys' clothes," he shouted. "Think you're tough? How about a fight, boy?" He doubled his fists and pranced in front of her. Catherine stood still. "Even boys don't fight without a reason," she said. "Only bullies do." Clem reached an arm straight out and gave her a shove, and Catherine fell backward into the snow. Then Clem jumped on his green racer and went flying down the hill. Johnny pulled his sled to the top of the hill, hurried the last few steps, and reached out a hand to help Catherine up. "I saw what he did," he said. "Are you hurt?" "No," Catherine answered, trying not to cry. She brushed the snow off her clothes and pulled Joey's cap down over her short brown hair. "He makes me so mad." "Forget it," Johnny advised. "Come on and ride with me down the hill." Johnny's sled was homemade. It was heavy and slow, but it was larger than the others, and there was plenty of room for 2 or 3 to ride. Catherine liked to ride with Johnny, but on their first trip down the hill, Clem tried one of his favourite tricks. He swerved his sled so close that he seemed about to hit them. "Look out!" Catherine shouted. But Johnny steered a straight course and did not even look at Clem. "If he runs into us," he said, "he'll get the worst of it. This sled's built like a truck." "I wish he wouldn't do that," said Catherine. "Every time he comes at Emily and me like that, Emily swerves and we fall off, and then he laughs." "It's dangerous," Johnny said. "He might hurt somebody." Catherine sighed. "I guess he's trying to drive us off the hill, the way he drove the Merritt twins off the hill. They won't ride when he's around, and he's always around." After the second ride, Catherine thanked Johnny and sat down to wait for Emily. As she watched from the top of the hill, she saw Clem make another run at Johnny and then swerve away at the last second. His sled skidded out of control, slid across the side of the hill, and hit a big maple tree. Clem rolled to the bottom of the hill, and his sled landed on top of him. Emily arrived just as Catherine stood up to see better. "What's the matter?" Emily asked. "What's going on?" "It's Clem," Catherine exclaimed. "He was pretending to ram Johnny, and he rammed the tree instead and broke his sled and maybe his head." "I hope," Emily replied with a giggle. "Come on, let's go see." The two girls sailed down the hill on Emily's sled. Johnny was waiting for them. "Well, Mr. Smarty Pants finally took a fall," he said. "Aren't you going to see if he's hurt?" Catherine asked. "If he needs help, he can ask," Johnny replied. "Then I'll go. But if I go now and he doesn't need help, he'll just insult me. He might even say I ran into him." "But we saw what happened," Catherine said, "and he might really need help." Clem sat up then and brushed the snow off his face. He turned his sled over and looked at it. "I guess he's all right," Emily said. "Let's go back up the hill." One by one, the other children sledded down the hill and started back up. Nobody stopped to speak to Clem or to offer help. Catherine kept looking back. "Something must be wrong with him," she said. "He's still just sitting there." "He can yell if he needs help," said Johnny, who was walking beside the two girls. Finally, Catherine stopped. "I'm going back to see." "After the way he treats you?" Emily yelled. "You're crazy. Leave him alone. Maybe it'll teach him a lesson." "I think he has already had a lesson," Catherine replied. The hill was steep, and Catherine slipped and slid part of the way, but she finally reached Clem. He was sitting in the snow, and his face was streaked with tears. "Get out of here," Clem said angrily. "Leave me alone." "Is your sled broken?" Catherine asked. "No, but I think my ankle is." Catherine looked. Clem's right foot seemed to be twisted, and she could see that it was swelling above his shoe top. "Why didn't you call somebody?" she asked. "Who'd have come?" "Well, Johnny would have come," she said. "If you can get on the sled, I'll pull you," she offered. "It isn't very far to your house." Clem crawled onto the sled and stretched his injured foot out in front of him. Then Catherine started pulling the sled slowly along in the snow beside the sidewalk. "I was mean to you," said Clem. "Why are you helping me?" "Because you need help," Catherine answered, "and because I tried to do the things Jesus wants me to do." As they turned the corner at the end of the block, Clem said, "There's my dad's car, that blue station wagon. He's home early." Clem's father saw them and hurried to help. "What happened?" he asked. "I slid into a tree and hurt my foot," Clem explained. "Catherine helped me back from the hill." Clem's father knelt and looked at the foot. "It may be broken. I'll carry you to the house and call Dr. Jameson. You're lucky to have a friend like Catherine." Catherine could see Clem's face getting red. "She's a better friend than I've been, Dad. Is it all right if she uses my sled till my foot's better?" His father smiled. "Sure, it's fine." He lifted Clem in his arms. Take the sled, he said to Catherine, and thanks for helping Clem. You're welcome, Catherine replied. She looked at Clem. Are you sure you want to lend me your sled? I'm sure, Clem said. We're friends now. I'll take good care of it, Catherine promised. As Catherine walked back to the hill, pulling Clem's green racer, she thought, I guess Clem wanted to be friendly all along and just didn't know how.